Well, thank you so much for those lovely countdowns, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 7th day of the month this year, of course, the 8th month, 2025. And of course, we're embracing the fact that we are still alive and healthy. Kicking it, of course, every day right here on Look Up Television. We are embracing these conversations day in, day out to make sure that you have stable grounds as far as health conversations are concerned. This is the Social and Health Hour. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us for the first time, we've been live across all social media platforms. That is www.lookuptv.co.ke and also on our YouTube channel, Look Up Television. And also we are live on Facebook, Look Up TV. You can also join us in the conversations across Twitter, that is X, and Instagram and TikTok. So just to take you up to speed on what has been happening right across the Republic. So much has been happening, and of course it is Thursday that we're embracing this, the social hour. In the fact that, of course, these are happening, ladies and gentlemen, you remember this week was also a massive win for the Harambee Stars, of course, in the battle against DR Congo to Luachapa Sana. But also tonight, we're expecting another dear match, of course, Harambee Stars and Angola, which is a much anticipated match tonight at around 7 p.m., I believe. We'll be waiting for that match and giving you much insight to our local stories at our shows, the sports. To that extent, ladies and gentlemen, also this week, there's also been a cause of alarm. Where is James Orengo, the CIA senator? That is also a cause to consider. And even as we get to the bottom line of that, we, on the health sector, we're told that CHA shifts to biometric authorization and drops OTP. There's also a point of consideration to that extent. Now, also, there is Gor Mahia's new coach, Akonor. We'll get to the bottom line of that as well. Team Kenya, Africa School Games, we won 10 medals. And to that extent, I'll also give you some insight on the winnings that Kenya has perhaps received so far. Now, there is a point of consideration, a virus that is cropping in various parts of China, and it was chikungunya disease that 7,000 cases have been reported so far. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, we'll also embrace the fact that there is World Breast Week. So many mothers are out there and making sure that they are getting the best envelope even as we speak to that extent. So World Breastfeeding Week is also a point of consideration, and of course our timely stories will also take an elevation to that as well. This week also, as we initiate the universal health coverage and in universal health care right in the Republic, there's also a point of consideration where there is a need for innovation and possibly good access to health right in the Republic. As far as the health is concerned, there's so much crisis that is happening, but away from that, discussions are taking charge and taking space. But earlier this week, we also managed to get to a discussion, and a good discussion perhaps, of different stakeholders across the health sector to make sure that the engagement becomes global. This event happened in the heart of Nairobi at Kempinski Villarosa, and allow me to display that video for you in the best way possible to feel the warm light of what took center stage in that conversation. Roll it in. Of healthcare right here universally is made known, and we are right here at Kempinski in the heart of Nairobi to really understand how we can advance healthcare and of course to the global level. What is the country doing to make sure we get to those positions? There's so much divided ends to really understand this and embrace this in the best way possible. What is the local communities doing to ensure that we have stable grounds as far as the health sector is concerned right in the Republic?
Today, we gather at the intersection of three powerful forces reshaping healthcare across Africa and beyond. These are universal healthcare coverage, primary healthcare, and health tech.
Where government envisages and also recognizes that it cannot be able to achieve all the mandates that it has been given by the Constitution alone. So the government needs to continue partnering strongly and closely with the private sector so that we can have health for all.
So we really convene multiple stakeholders to discuss some of the challenges, some of the opportunities that we have in health.
Leadership aspect is not just the seniority in the level that you're in. It's how your presence in terms of how you express yourself, maybe when you're doing technical issues, when you're focusing on certain areas in health, that's where your leadership is felt. So it doesn't mean that you have to be at the topmost in an organization. It just means that you have to make an impact where you are. So using your voice, using your technical skills to be seen and heard within the spaces that you're working in. That's the focus that we are looking for.
The experience has been very I've enjoyed this event, being a networking event and where we are talking of a multi-sectoral approach in terms of dealing with our health issues here in Kenya. So we want to bring all the other sectors, all the players, all the stakeholders to ensure that we provide quality, accessible and affordable health.
Health affects everyone, regardless of where you are, regardless of how educated or non-educated you are, regardless of your status. So it's a universal, I would say, thing. And so that's why I love it here. I've been affected by health issues, of course, as an individual. I've also lost people. So that's why the passion has grown to, what it is now. And I wouldn't imagine myself doing anything else other than this.
Right, that's a conversation that we'll get to our subsequent post right here across social media platforms, and we'll get an understanding on the universal health care. So ladies and gentlemen, even as we embrace that, I want to just take a glimpse on what is happening across our dailies, and that is on the Daily Nation, that Ruto answers the United States and says fight back. A day after public disclosure for push for President Donald Trump's administration to investigate Kenya's ties with the rivals of the United States, President Ruto has defended the country's bond to China, citing trade benefits. But he did not address other governance questions like links to Sudan's paramilitary rapid support forces, that is RSF, and abductions that will be subject of the inquiry if sanctioned by the Congress. That is in page 4 and 5 of the Daily Nation. Diplomacy. United States Senator sparks controversy with scheme to strip Kenya of its major non-NATO ally status. Some of our friends are complaining that we are doing too much trade with China. But it is what it is. I must do for Kenya. It's the best interest of Kenya that we get into this China market. All right. Of course, there is also a conversation on storm over Uhuru party stand on Raila. That is a political conversation. We'll take a center stage in the same. But there's also a health conversation where Shah abandons baby in India after life-saving heart surgery. Too bad. Sacked Judge Chitembwe now accused of forging judgment. Wow, what a crisis. But alongside, there's also a celebration right here. Winners pose at music festival. Lokechir Girls Junior School students celebrate yesterday after emerging winners in the Turkana folk dance category during the day 3 of the Kenya National Music Festival at Meru Technical Teachers College in Meru County. The music festivals are ongoing, and we are hoping for the best as far as now the Ministry of Art is concerned, and the Youth Affairs as well. Now, back to standard. The blue-eyed no more. Once hailed as Washington's golden boy in Africa. Wow, what a punchline. President William Ruto now faces a dramatic fall from grace. A U.S. Senate amendment is calling for a full-scale reassessment of Kenya's privileged status as a major non-NATO ally. The same United States that rolled out the red carpet for Ruto in a rare state visit just over a year ago now accuses Nairobi of betraying its commitment to democracy, human rights and regional stability. From a celebrated partner to a potential pariah, Kenya's geopolitical loyalties are under the microscope. President is in a crisis right here. We were hoping for the best as far as the recognition and the collaboration between the country and the U.S. is concerned, but now seems to take a different shift. EACC survey KRA among most corrupt institutions. Wow. Do you think it's the most corrupt institutions? Of course, our bulletin will embrace that as well. hey, lakini KRA imesumbua watu wengi sana. We'll get the investigations to the best way possible. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to begin the conversation, and today we are embracing disability inclusion right in the Republic. There's so much efforts that has been done as far as persons with disabilities engagement is taken right in the Republic, and so much efforts as far as the organizations and the country as a whole, the ministry as a whole, and entirely the government is doing to make sure that we have this inclusion to the best way possible. There's also a point to consider that the law also initiates its concerns towards elevating PWDs to the better positions, but there's still challenging times as far as that is concerned. The Constitution also gives room for access to equality and the best inclusion to the best way possible. But as we get to the bottom line of this conversation, do you think the persons with the disabilities are getting the voice as it deserves? They'll be joining us now in a few to help us understand this particular concept in disability inclusion. Do you think the ministry and the government as a whole is doing enough to make sure that we have stable grounds on PWDs? Karibuni sana, welcome on set. This is the Morning Drift. It's nice to see you, sir. Good morning. How are you feeling this morning?
It's a good morning.
All right. When you were coming here, did you see any PWDs across?
Yes, these are people we meet everywhere. Yes, they're all over.
All right. Sawa. Nice to see you this morning. Please introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Felix. Felix Makori is my name. And I'm an advocate for these people with disabilities.
Amazing.
Yes.
Nice to see you, and
Nice
we'll
to
get the advocacy at hand in best way possible.
Yes.
Karibu sana, how are you this morning?
I'm fine.
How are you feeling?
Very fine.
Yeah, the reason I say on a health conversation we ask about this, unajua unaweza kuwa nakuuliza good morning na utaki na kukua. So socially we need to engage in that angle. So because it's a social health hour, so we need to know whether you're good or not. How are you feeling? Is there cold? We can create social engagements as well. So no, please introduce yourself.
My name is Miss Mokaya, and I'm a activist, disability activist.
Indeed.
Yes.
As you're coming in, did you meet anyone?
Yes, a lot of them.
All right.
Yes.
How did that make you feel?
I feel good while seeing them, though there's some challenges that you come across while outside there when you see them. So sometimes you feel disappointed, yes, but I think we'll make a better place for them. Yes.
Disappointed in the sense that you see the beggars?
Not the beggars, basically how they're treated.
All right.
Yes.
All right. There were stories that were run a few months ago, and kulikuwa na wale walemavu in the streets, of course, begging, but this money is not theirs. There's someone out there when we speak about now activists, so these are things that you really embrace in your activism, right?
Yes.
So you are in the streets, in the community, and you see these people. How does that make you feel as an activist?
Okay, for me as an activist, what I feel like is to empower these people. Yeah. To empower them so that they can be more dependent, to themselves.
Okay, so now we'll embrace that in the next few minutes. Felix, when we had this conversation, there's a chance, of course, to just embrace that these people are in the positions of inclusivity, and they need to be included in the best way possible. So as we begin this conversation, what really should we take into consideration?
I want to approach that question from this angle. What do you think makes us more of people than them? Right?
That.
And number two, these are people whom we see as disabled, but we don't see what is in them. We don't look at them like people who can have normal lives. And so the question is, are we supposed to look at them with their disability, or how are we supposed to see? these people when we meet them. When you ask about if we met them on the way, yes, we met them. For me, I was able to recognize, but others did not. So why did they not? And why did I? That's the questions we're going. Those are some of the questions we're going to answer during this time. And also, what is it about these people that needs us to give them the special attention? Is the government doing enough? Us as a society, are we doing enough? At an individual level, what are you doing? The families and the social setups, where they come from, what are they doing? That's the question we're going to answer today.
All right.
And what can we do? Just to concur with what she said, do we empower them, or do we allow them to suffer in the streets? And why them in the streets? Why not any other?
All right.
Let's find out.
What is the point of concern? Because I believe it's so sad for them to be in the streets, but it's also the point of concern to those that are not in the streets. They are within the community. So what is really the point of concern right here?
The point of concern is that these people, they're not brought on board. Reason being, we see them and we don't see like their fit to be among us. So we treat them somehow as social misfits. There are those, of course, who are still being hidden in homesteads, in homes. Why? It's because we don't want to be associated with them. If I have a disabled family member, it could be my child or any other relative. So I want to hide them in the house so that when visitors come, they don't notice.
Why should you do that?
Who is disabled? It's because of the social stigma going around. There's a lot of stigmatization. And people have not yet embraced that, disability is one thing that, of course, needs to be accepted. Nobody chooses to be disabled. Like, if I may ask you, did you choose where to be born?
Not really.
You didn't. So nobody chooses to be disabled. So when you find these people, they're disabled, why should we see them with the lens of, you know what, you're not a person. You don't deserve to be in our social setup. So for you, just stay aside a bit, then we will bring you on board when we want you.
All right.
So that's why most of these people, they're still hidden in houses. That's why we find them in the streets, hopeless.
Dorcas, as an activist, and you listen to these stories, societal stigma, it's so unfortunate. And you are in the midst of all this. You're listening to such kind of testimonies and such kind of stories, and I believe it's really traumatizing, whereas there is a child out there that has been locked in for a couple of times. So when it comes to that point, what is the painful pinch towards this activism as far as testimonials are concerned?
Right. So what I can say is, according to that, is that once you find these kinds of, the kind of kids, maybe they're hidden. There are some that I've met actually. And I've got to talk to the parents as well, giving them what they're supposed to do, basically, and directed them in the right path, So once you do that, it is very easy for, like in the society, to accept this kind of people. Yes. Yeah.
I know there's also Pinto Ochieng will be joining us in a few minutes to really also understand his testimonies as far as now that environment is concerned, and at what age did he feel this stigma and the subtle involvement in all this. And of course he'll be sharing with us his entire life to living with that condition. Now we will be able to understand and where we're coming from to this conversation. But you are in the space of advocacy, and you are making sure that there is a point of consideration and a concern in making sure that the awareness is made known. But let's go down to what you guys do. There is an organization that you are in, and what are some of the things that you're doing right now?
Well, one thing we do is that, like we said, we're trying to really make sure these people, they're brought on board. And alongside that, we try to also create platforms for them, for empowerment.
Indeed.
We try to create awareness in the society because there are some things that our population is yet to, our members of the society are yet to understand. Like I said, that we normally don't give these people the eye they deserve. And by the way, sorry to take you a bit back a bit. Normally, what happens is that when disability strikes in, it comes in phases. It comes in stages. Okay. Look at a baby who has disability. So, this parent undergoes some stages. Now, the first stage, normally there is the shock, like, oh,
Mlemavu.
mtoto wangu ni mlemavu. How did I give birth to a disabled? So when you see that kid, you're shocked. After that, you try to go into denial stage. You're like, I know this is not mine. It's just not happening. So there's that denial stage. You're like, no, you know what? This thing is just not happening. After that, you try to find out what really went wrong. What happened?
Did?
Was I the cause? Is it my husband? Is it me? Or is it my people from the village? I don't know why people normally associate the village people to that.
Niroga.
Yeah? After that, you try to look for, you become desperate. You want to look for medication. You want to go even to some prophets, some religious setups, thinking you're going to get healing on that. And I want to say this. Some of these disabilities, they actually don't have cure. So when you're being told that, let us go to someone who can pray for you, and then you'll be healed, that one is kind of not realistic. Because we have not experienced any such case, except for the biblical times. Of course, we have faith that God heals.
Indeed.
But in the current society, it doesn't happen as such. So you find this parent who, in the moment of desperation, they use a lot of money and resources trying to get help for this disability, to see, can we really solve this problem? Now, when they notice that the problem cannot be solved, that's when they go acceptance now. Some accept that, you know what, now I have to accept this condition. Others don't accept in the process. Now, unfortunately, most people don't reach the acceptance stage, because in between is where they throw away the kids. Others abandon them to relatives to take care of them. Others take them to those special homes. Others just abandon them in the streets. In fact, others kill them.
All right.
Yes. So what we're trying to do is, purely you're trying to make sure that these people, they're really feeling part of us in the society.
All right.
Like we say, everybody is important. Every life is valuable. And everybody needs to be treasured and brought on board.
Right.
So the issue of trying to, you know, put them and see, in fact, we even have some of us in the society, the kind of things we do, they're not good for these people. And that's why we're here, trying to make this change.
Indeed.
So that we can make these people feel like they're part of us.
Advocacy to the betterment.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Felix. And I believe now on the next hand, Pinto will be joining us to understand this. And of course, what you've mentioned is really much important, but it will create also some time to make sure that we understand the alignment of advocacy as well. So you can also interact with us on 0745 762 640. Our WhatsApp number hapo kwa screen is working. Tutazisoma right here as we get to the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a breather. When we come back now, we'll have Pinto Ching, who's persons with disability, and of course to just listen to what he's got to say. taarifa zinapochipuka na kutufikia papa hapa kwenye makao makuu ya chumba cha habari cha runinga ya Look Up, kwenye taifa, kwenye serikali, kwenye bunge, tunajitosa hadi kwenye sauti ya wenyeji ili kupata tu maoni ya wenyeji kuhusu masuala haya yanayochipuka.
Maana hii kitu inaenda kuumiza Mkenya kwa tax.
Hakuna kitu tunafurahia. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sisi tunaumia, si ati tunaumia ile ya kiukweli. Juu maisha ni ngumu.
Na bila shaka tunapata maoni yao ili sauti yao ipate kusikika. Na watasema hili, waseme lile, watasema hiki na waseme kile, almuradi sauti yao ipate taa.
Mambo ya mafuta tena imekuwa ni changamoto zaidi kwa kila mtu wa bodaboda.
Uchumi ikikuwa stable, tunaamini mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Kwanza alikuwa na ria wasa wa boda, mama mboga nini. Hao sasa ndio wamefinywa zaidi mazuri.
Mpenzi mtazamaji, hii ni bunge la wenyeji.
Start your day with a workout routine, an exciting moment of exercise that is simple but powerful for your ultimate fitness. Build your strength, shape and body muscles with lunges, push-ups, squats, burpees, planks, dumbbells and more. Let's work out every Monday to Saturday from 6:30 a.m. on Fitness Zone, a one surefire way to attack your fitness regimen effectively.
People are there to belittle you. When people are questioning you,
if you don't move fast, of course, yes, you lose it, but then it's not us to push you.
But you do not know the God who has been molding me. What has he been doing to me?
The deep and mature conversations of empowerment for you with a curious mind and an appetite for oriented conversations.
I concur with what you're saying. You plan your finances, you can easily live without a debt.
An engaging safe space of free expression and truthfulness with an upheld vibrance, motivation and happiness.
So many children who are there, they are not living their dreams.
Join us for deep conversations with Zipporah Gashushe every Saturday from 8 p.m. The Deeper Conversations on Look Up TV.
Save a Life is a non-profit organization that has taken the front line in transforming lives in the entire country. So far, we have transformed life of over 100,000 people through our programs, which include medical support, youth empowerment, street family program, feeding program, and climate change. Join us today as we transform lives. As we always say, service to humanity is service to God. Save a life, transforming lives.
Taarifa zinapochipuka na kutufikia papa hapa kwenye makao makuu ya chumba cha habari cha runinga ya Look Up, kwenye taifa, kwenye serikali, kwenye bunge, tunajitosa hadi kwenye sauti ya wenyeji ili kupata tu maoni ya wenyeji kuhusu masuala haya yanayochipuka.
Maana hii kitu inaenda kuumiza Mkenya kwa tax.
Hakuna kitu tunafurahia. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sisi tunaumia, si ati tunaumia ile ya kiukweli. Juu maisha ni ngumu.
Na bila shaka tunapata maoni yao ili sauti yao ipate kusikika. Na watasema hili, waseme lile, watasema hiki na waseme kile, almuradi sauti yao ipate taa.
Mambo ya mafuta tena imekuwa ni changamoto zaidi kwa kila mtu wa bodaboda.
Uchumi ikikuwa stable, tunaamini mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Kwanza alikuwa na ria wasa wa boda, mama mboga nini. Hao sasa ndio wamefinywa zaidi mazuri.
Mpenzi mtazamaji, hii ni bunge la wenyeji. You're watching the Morning Drift right here on the Social and Health Hour. We're still having the conversation on disability inclusion and whether the PWDs have a voice. What is the Ministry of Health doing? What is the government doing? And above all, what is the local community doing to enrich this inclusivity in the best way possible? Earlier on, we were having just an insight on advocacy from Felix. So I'd really like to understand the organization and, of course, just to the betterment of what you guys are doing.
So much. What we're doing is, first I want to actually say this. In this line and in this case, we want to have a very serious event very soon.
All right.
Where we will be, it will be seriously and strictly a PWD issue.
Okay.
We are trying to get in partnership with some organizations that are well versed with disability and kind of. One of them being KISE. KISE is the Kenya Institute of Special Education. The other is our local government and the national government, including the county government. And in this event, we're trying to bring all PWDs together within Nairobi County. Of course, we may have a spillover from other counties out of Nairobi. So this will happen in October, the month of October. So I want to use this voice to call out that when this time will come, let the PWDs come. We'll be offering services, including assessments. We'll be giving some medications. There'll be therapy services, counseling services, and others which are tailored for PWDs. It's not limited to any specific disability, but it is general to any kind of disability because we have the platform for them. It will be a free event because it has been catered for. So we'll also try to bring up the National Council to undertake the registration and other things. So this will be done at the church level because the church is the one behind all this, the one pioneering this. But of course, we have to work with the society and the local people. So it's a call out. It will happen in a place called Pipeline. So once we are ready, everybody can come on board. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
How can we get to you now on the socials?
The socials, you can contact us. Maybe I can give my number.
All right.
Yeah. So my number is 0721 929963. So in case someone wants to reach out, they can come to us, contact us, and then we will reach out. So
everyone?
Yes.
Or perhaps the PWDs?
Yes. No, not the PWDs. Because of course, these are people we live with. And you could be knowing someone who has disability. You can bring them on board through that number. Or you can come visit us physically at our church, which is Pipeline SD Church. And then we will help you from there.
All right.
Yes.
Sawa, we're looking forward to that as well. Are we invited?
Yes, you're so much welcome. And make sure bring everybody on board. There'll be also teaching sessions and others. It will be a 1-week event actually.
All right.
So within that 1 week, it's going to be a very thorough one.
Indeed.
Where we will have a lot of engagements on the same.
Sawa.
Yeah.
Let's hope for the better good to that extent.
We hope for the very best. So we're going to have one of the PWDs on board to come and give us the direct experience.
Okay.
Which for us, maybe we may not actually be able to speak about it. So we can talk about the challenges they face, how they think we can help them, and what they are able to do.
Sawa.
So thank
you
so much.
That shift, thank you so much, Felix.
Yes.
As we get that shift as well, I'm wishing you all the best to your endeavors in that event as well.
All right.
All right. Sawa. Ladies and gentlemen, the conversation is still on. You've had it. Any PWD that is out there, any parent, any local community that is out there, remember, of course, to just log in. He's shared his number. You can just get in touch to make sure that we have the emphasis in the best way possible. So if it is to the best interest, the conversation still continues. Pinto Oching is also persons with disability, will be joining us in a few. Pinto is blind, and of course will be just helping us to understand ilianza namna gani and to just get a testimonial on his state. So this is just part and parcel of really understanding the inclusivity and the betterment of people living or persons with disability, and of course the inclusion is coming at the best time. And even as we advocate for this, we need perfect environment to have them on board. And because we are here, Dorcas, there's also the aspect on now the challenges that these PWDs face. I know Pinto will share with us what personally yeye anapitia, but from where you see it, there are so many, including the unemployment crisis ya PW. Wewe huwezi fanya hii kazi. You remember there was a video that was trending hapa juzi that a lady was huko juu is this a certain floor, and hangetoka kwa hiyo floor because she was scared that itakuwa vigumu yeye kupanda to the lift or using the lift or getting out, or you know. So there's that kind of a crisis. And there's also so many problems that are coming with it. There are problems in different engagements in the community, in workplaces such as these, and many others. From where you see it as an activist, what are some of the challenges that you've had from these people?
Okay, the main challenge is accessibility.
Accessibility to,
yes,
employment?
No, communication.
All right.
Like the sign interpreters. And then we also have the transportation. These people are left down. I've seen that severally. And that makes me feel so bad. I had an experience of a kid who was autistic. It was a Super Metro bus. They wanted to take it to town. Like, yeah. So it happened that the Super Metro came so fast, and then the mother was wanted first the kid to go in, then her. But now apparently the Super Metro went very fast with the kid, so the kid was shouting, and it left the mother behind. And I really felt really bad. So people started shouting on the same. So I felt like, you know, we should address this thing out.
Are you addressing it?
Yeah, we should address this thing out. We find people who are using maybe the wheelchairs, the crutches, and they're using these public means. Not all of them have their private cars. So these people need to be accommodated. Take them slow, you know.
And it?
Yeah, because they're not like normal us. Yes.
All right. And it really pains when people speak about it. But when you see them out there, I feel you pinch sana. But when they talk about it, don't know feel uzito.
Yes, very true.
All right. So now Pinto is right here. Thank you so much for making time, sir. Good morning. All right, it's nice to see you. As we even start over the conversation with you, Pinto, we have the clear reflection on all this that you've heard Felix earlier on mentioned about really empowering PWDs in the best way possible. And also when the advocacy or the awareness is coming at the right time. Before you introduce yourself, do you think you guys are receiving the empowerment?
Yes, we are, but it is minimal, not to our expectation. Yes.
What is your expectation, sir?
Probably when we look at even the Bill of Rights that was passed very recently, it advocates that 5% of those who are being absorbed in organization in terms of employment should be PWDs. Find yourself none. From the facts, the statistical is around 1.8%. The only one who has been absorbed. So there's some who are hanging outside. Yes.
All right. Sawa. You are in these spaces. When did this start?
Immediately after high school. Yes.
Immediately after high school?
Yes.
Wow. What happened?
It's like I was ill. Just some itching in the eyes and some pain. So as you're ill, you can sort to seek medications. So upon seeking medications, several surgeries were done, but finally the doctor says we can't continue doing the surgery. It is high time you accept the situation, because it had gone through a cornea transplant on the left eye 4 times, and it failed. Wow. While the right eye was eviscerated, so it is a socket. Yes.
Wow. So after high school, you are what age?
17.
17.
Yes.
And right now?
29.
29.
Yes.
So all these years. How was the feeling when the doctors said that now this is the condition that you'll have now to maintain?
It was a devastating moment, but still the aspect of staying in denial. And when I came in contact with a person also visually impaired, then that's how I felt, no, those goals and vision that I had while growing up, I can still go for them.
Wow, this is really sad. What are some of the things that you weren't able to do from 17 to right now? That this isn't vitu ulikuwa unapenda sana. So what are some of the things that you look back into those moments and you feel like, hey, laiti?
Probably in high school I was a handball player. I really loved handball. But to this I can no longer participate on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I realized you're an IT expert.
Yeah, this is something that came in the process of learning or in the process of being acquainted with the necessity of the condition. Probably when someone sees you, you're visually impaired, he or she thinks that now you cannot do anything. So in that aspect of getting to know more about interaction with the technology, and that's why I developed the interest, and I'm still pushing on that field, and hoping things will be well, at least when we are doing things aspect of digital, we should also consider that there are people who are visually impaired.
Indeed.
Yes.
I'd really love to understand how you're capturing all this, because IT is not also a joke. I'd really love to understand how you're capturing the entire moment in information technology as well. What are some of the challenges that you've faced since then?
It's about accessibility in aspect of there's what you call adaptive technology for visually impaired. So this is where we have aspect of screen readers that can help us in navigation. So with the technology, it is the way at least visually impaired can bridge the gap with the rest. At least when we are more equipped in digital field, in digital aspect, we can make things, or we can be in the same path with the rest.
All right.
Yes.
Because I'm listening to Pinter's story and inasikitisha sana wakati ambapo wanazungumza and to that context and the alignment of all this. But what are some of the things that you as an activist feel like people, visually impaired persons wanapitia? Like, what are some of the challenges that you've embraced and you're fighting for these particular rights? That wewe haoni, huyu jamaa haoni, bado tu unamchuna.
I can say is equal opportunities. They should be given equal opportunity chances to employment, healthcare, and also community involvement.
Right. What are some of the jobs that visually impaired persons can do?
They can do a lot of things. He's here, he can tell us what
he can tell us more.
Yes, because he's not far away.
Indeed.
He's just here.
I think Shamuliza
Yes. Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you are really fighting for as far as now the rights of persons with disabilities are concerned?
Basically, it is involvement.
Just involvement?
Yes.
All right.
They should be involved in the society. and in everything that we, they're just normal people like us. It's just that they just have impairments.
Right.
Disability is not inability.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah. So these people can be empowered so that they can be independent.
Indeed.
Yes.
I love how you're saying these words. Manzi checking empowerment too.
Yes.
Checking involvement too. So because already we've had these discussions more often every time that we're talking about this, and many others that are out there. Si lazima to explain sana.
Yes.
You're just seeing this challenge. You're just seeing these efforts that are being made. Fanya hivi, just empower them.
Yeah, because there's one thing. We go to interviews, jobs, and then they employ a person like me and you. But wakiona Pinto here, they don't give him that chance just because he has an impairment.
Indeed.
You see, so you feel there's that gap.
All right.
And it's supposed to be filled. These are people like us, and these are people live within us in the society. Yes.
All right. To begin with, Pinto, with what you can do, what you're able to do, there's maybe someone that is visually impaired out there, a person with disability out there that wants to quench on the opportunities that are available. When you got to this position back then, what are some of the things that you studied to make sure that after all, it is not just visually impaired, but also a visually impaired person, but a professional as well?
Thank you. There's a mentality that has been in the field of visual impairment that they can only be teachers, lawyers, only that. So we have those are visually impaired who are DJs.
Oh, yeah.
We have those are visually impaired who are producers.
Wow.
So this point, I always call it STEM, the STEM subjects. It has been an issue with PWD, especially for the visually impaired. We have the sciences, the technical, the engineering one, and then the mathematical one, where someone, when you're doing a course that requires a mathematical one, you'll find the instructor or the lecturer tells you, no, you want to be able to do this.
Indeed.
I encountered that when I wanted to pursue computer science.
Wow.
The question was, how will you see the codings and the rest? But now the question should be, like a nursery, someone going on the play group or PP1.
Indeed.
It is upon the person who is receiving this person.
I think I'd also like to ask the same question.
Yes.
And earlier on we began that information technology is quite an extent.
Yes.
Well, how did you manage this?
The thing is that outside there, the aspect of being advanced or being given an opportunity, just express yourself. Tell these people, I can do this. You'll find you'll be shut down. That there are some institutions, a public one here in Kenya, I went just to pursue that same course. I was directed somewhere. But people like you do this course, so go and do this course. That is not my interest.
Kama tu kawaida na walemea. Man, I think that's a different approach. And when we heard that you were doing IT, it came out now in a different way. And perhaps many that are marveling to those kind of courses and to those environs. And there is a PWD watching you right now. Na mimi anasema mimi maisha yangu mimi nimechoka na mnajua mimi ni PWD. So that means I just need help. So when we are in the heart of the society, what are some of the things? What are some of the things that you can tell them to do outside the box and to make sure they have an elevation?
I think we should be informed that before you say this person cannot do, just give him or her an opportunity, at least to express. He or she can guide you and give you other ways that we can bring people on board. At least I can tell you, okay, with this, I can bring this on board, you bring this. So it is a matter of sharing the ideas. There's an institution that advocates for the rights of visually impaired. You'll find a society,
Indeed.
when you're doing law, when you're doing for that final exam, you'll find they are advanced on how to express the question to someone who is visually impaired, at least in a language this person will understand.
Indeed.
If it is a matter of a diagram form, how do you present it to a PWD?
Wow, that is powerful. Dorcas, you've listened to what he said, and the activism now is coming in handy in the place that we have people, vocal people that can speak as Pinto. In the warm light right now, even as we come to the bottom line of all this engagement, Pinto is part of the inclusion in disabilities right now. And many others, earlier on when we began the conversation, we say that kuna wale ambao wamefungiwa sana.
Yes.
And perhaps maybe they would have been the best people to advocate for disabilities inclusion. So do you think at this point in time that persons with the disabilities are getting a voice or have a voice?
I can say, okay, it's a 50-50 thing. Yes.
They don't?
It's 50-50. Yeah. Sometimes they do, sometimes not. Yes.
All right. So what are some of the things we can do to make sure that it's not a 50-50, but it's at least a 90 or 100?
Create more awareness and also give equal opportunities to these people with disabilities. Yeah, we are building a society whereby no one is not left behind.
Indeed.
Yeah. So let us embrace them. There are people that live with us.
Who faces more challenges? Is this the males or the females?
Both.
Wewe una advocate for nani sana? Nani unatetea sana?
Natetea wote. Sina ubaguzi.
Indeed.
Yes.
All right. So I'm really hoping that as you make the activism, as you make the advocacy, we hope to clean the society. But Pale streets, let's not expect these people to be there because there's rooms for enrichment, growth, and all kind of things that you can establish. And I believe that event that you're hosting, itakuwa vizuri sana help hawa watu wapate a little bit of comfort.
Yes.
Pinto, you've mentioned to us a couple of things. So what do you think you would have changed if at all now you're not visually impaired?
Number one is about accessibility and awareness. Generally, we have people on wheelchair. Do you design rooms in a way that they can move with their wheelchairs? Two, do we have people, let's say the deaf, do we have people, in case they've gone for an interview, do you have someone who will be able to interpret just to come and help in case you need to express what? Something. So on the visually impaired, we also talk about accessibility. What are the roads we are? Look at the buildings, how do you navigate? It is about things being accessible for us.
Indeed.
And on the same note, especially in the IT field, we say you are designing a website. The question we should ask ourselves, someone outside there is visually impaired. Will he able to access this website? Will be able to see the images that are on this? On the same note, someone who is deaf, now, he cannot make a call, yes. He can make a call, yes. But now the question, how do we respond to them?
Indeed. What are some of the things that you can't access, you personally?
Personally? There are some buildings that I'll need someone to assist me.
Okay.
There are some areas where you are new to that environment. You need someone to tell at least on your right, this building, on this side, yes. So in our mobility, we call it orientation and mobility, at least you need someone to tell you the surrounding. You've also gone for an interview. While you're doing application, you applied you are somebody who is disabled. Then you'll hear they treat you the same way as the rest.
Right.
Yes.
What is your call to action?
One is that if we can embrace PWDs as our brothers and our sisters, as our teachers in future, as leaders in future, and make things accessible to them, so that they can get access to the information. They can get access even to the writings and readings, so that they be people in future. We have special schools, yes, but now some you'll find they can't be able to sponsor themselves in those special schools.
Okay.
Yes.
Someone wants to hire visually impaired IT na anataka service zako peke yake binafsi. How can we get in touch?
Maybe I can share my number.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
0704 971 978.
Okay. Thank you so much. Sarah, please, what is your call to action as you also give us your insight on how can we get in touch?
Right. For me is basically embracing these people. They're in our society. They're our brothers and sisters. So I'm calling it out there. Let us embrace these people.
Okay.
If you find someone who has who is impaired in any way, physically, mentally, we meet them out there.
Okay.
Just embrace them. If they need help, you can just ask them if they need help, and then you can help out.
How can you get in touch?
You can get in touch with me on 07 900 19 430.
All right, thank you so much, Dorcas. Thank you so much, Pinto. Earlier on, we had Felix just for the empowerment and advocacy right here. Of course, the social and health hour is made known and done. So see you in the next few minutes as we even now get to the bottom line of accountable mission. Now there is a segment here that I'd really love to understand. Now, children living with the HIV and AIDS and mothers battling postpartum depression and all that will be made known by Blair Nyagaka, a media strategist and founder of A&K. And of course, we'll be having also Diana Were Indieka, who is an events planner and film producer. We'll get to the bottom line of that and really understanding accountable mission. This is also a mission, by the way. So we are hoping for the best as far as now the societal engagement is concerned. See you then. Taarifa zinapochipuka na kutufikia papa hapa kwenye makao makuu ya chumba cha habari cha runinga ya Lookup, kwenye taifa, kwenye serikali, kwenye bunge, tunajitosa hadi kwenye sauti ya wenyeji ili kupata tu maoni ya wenyeji kuhusu masuala haya yanayochipuka.
Maana hii kitu inaenda kuumiza Mkenya kwa tax.
Hakuna kitu tunafurahia. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sisi tunaumia, si ati tunaumia ile ya kiukweli. Juu maisha ni ngumu.
Na bila shaka tunapata maoni yao ili sauti yao ipate kusikika. Na watasema hili, waseme lile, watasema hiki, na waseme kile, almuradi sauti yao ipate taa.
Mambo ya mafuta tena imekuwa ni changamoto zaidi kwa kila mtu, wa bodaboda.
Uchumi ikikuwa stable, tunaamini mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Kwanza liko na ria wasa wa boda, mama mboga nini. Hawa sasa ndio wamefinywa zaidi man.
Mtazamaji, hii ni bunge la wenyeji.
Start your day with a workout routine, an exciting moment of exercise that is simple but powerful for your ultimate fitness. Build your strength, shape and body muscles with lunges, push-ups, squats, burpees, planks, dumbbells and more. Let's work out every Monday to Saturday from 6:30 a.m. on Fitness Zone, a one surefire way to attack your fitness regimen effectively.
people are there to belittle you. When people are questioning you,
If you don't move fast, of course, yes, you lose
Yeah.
it, but then it's not us to push you.
but you do not know the God who has been molding me, what has he been doing to me?
The deep and mature conversations of empowerment for you with a curious mind and an appetite for oriented conversations.
I concur with what you're saying. You plan your finances, you can easily live without a debt.
An engaging safe space of free expression and truthfulness with an upheld vibrance, motivation and happiness.
So many children who are there, they are not living their dreams.
Join us for deep conversations with Zipporah Gashushe every Saturday from 8 p.m. The Deeper Conversations on Look Up TV.
Save a Life is a non-profit organization that has taken the front line in transforming lives in the entire country. So far, we have transformed life of over 100,000 people through our programs, which include medical support, youth empowerment, street family program, feeding program, and climate change. Join us today as we transform lives. As we always say, service to humanity is service to God. Save a life, transforming lives.
Pindi tu taarifa zinapochipuka na kutufikia papa hapa kwenye makao makuu ya chumba cha habari cha runinga ya Look Up, kwenye taifa, kwenye serikali, kwenye bunge, tunajitosa hadi kwenye sauti ya wenyeji ili kupata tu maoni ya wenyeji kuhusu masuala haya yanayochipuka.
Maana hii kitu inaenda kuumiza Mkenya kwa tax.
Hakuna kitu tunafurahia. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sisi tunaumia, si ati tunaumia ile ya kiukweli. Juu maisha ni ngumu.
Na bila shaka tunapata maoni yao ili sauti yao ipate kusikika. Na watasema hili, waseme lile, watasema hiki, na waseme kile, almuradi sauti yao ipate taa.
Mambo ya mafuta tena imekuwa ni changamoto zaidi kwa kila mtu, wa bodaboda.
Uchumi ikikuwa stable, tunaamini mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Kwanza liko na ria wa boda, mama mboga nini. Hao sasa ndio wamefinywa zaidi man.
Mpenzi mtazamaji, hii ni bunge la wenyeji.
Start your day with a workout routine, an exciting moment of exercise that is simple but powerful for your ultimate fitness. Build your strength, shape and body muscles with lunges, push-ups, squats, burpees, planks, dumbbells and more. Let's work out every Monday to Saturday from 6:30 a.m. on Fitness Zone, a one surefire way to attack your fitness regimen effectively.
Save a Life is a non-profit organization that has taken the front line in transforming lives in the entire country. So far, we have transformed life of over 100,000 people through our programs, which include medical support, youth empowerment, street family program, feeding program, and climate change. Join us today as we transform lives. As we always say, service to humanity is service to God. Save a life, transforming lives.
People are there to belittle you. When people are questioning you,
If you don't move fast, of course, yes, you lose
Yeah.
it, but then it's not us to push you.
but you do not know the God who has been molding me, what has he been doing to me?
The deep and mature conversations of empowerment for you with a curious mind and an appetite for oriented conversations.
I concur with what you're saying. You plan your finances, you can easily live without a debt.
an engaging safe space of free expression and truthfulness with an upheld vibrance, motivation and happiness.
So many children who are there, they are not living their dreams.
Join us for deep conversations with Zipporah Gashushe every Saturday from 8 p.m. The Deeper Conversations on Look Up TV.
Okay, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. If you're joining, what is really taking across the divide and the social health hour, and of course in that situation and that engagement, we had actually embraced the disability inclusion, which now is a point of course of consideration when now we're embracing change as part of our mission to make sure that we have healthy environments. And since we are also having the societal creation to make sure you have a positive change, we're now having a conversation on accountable mission. So much effort is done by different organizations and the government as a whole, and so many stakeholders are coming in handy to really support those that are in particular challenges. And as we embrace this, now, have you ever been in those positions where you made someone felt good, and in those some positions that we need to make sure that we elevate change across the divide? The government is also strategizing to make sure that we have enrichment in the sector and in the social sectors, making sure that everyone now is aligned. As we get to the bottom line, you can join us in the conversation, accountable. As we get to that, remember we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and across the divide on our website www.lookuptv.co.ke. WhatsApp number, cheza kama wewe with a message 0745-762-640, and we'll get your comments right here. But without much ado, allow us now to welcome our guest. Asanteni sana kwa kuja. It's nice to see you. Let's start with you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Diana Were Ndieka. Like you said, I'm a film producer.
Amazing.
And an event planner.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Good morning, sir. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Blair Nyagaka. Yes, I'm a media strategist.
Indeed.
And also the founder and CEO of Adventist News Kenya and Advent Connect.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Indeed. Massive, and it's really nice to have you here because we are having the first experience, an experience to make sure that we have accountable mission, a mission that seeks now to drive change, to make sure people reason in a particular different way and bring an elevation to the better way possible. But earlier on, before we started the conversation, you mentioned something about bridging the gap between faith and media. I think that's a good spot to begin with.
Yes, so it's called the Shabaha Praise and Worship Experience. So Shabaha, it has parts. We have now the course, and then we have now the ministry, the part of it, and also we have the worship experience. So the worship experience is where we'll be inviting different artists that will be coming to perform, and also to ensure that the audience, the attendees, are getting the worship experience that they expect.
Indeed.
We have a lineup of different artists, music groups, and also renowned gospel artists here in Kenya that will be attending the experience. Then now we have the course, which I think Diana will explain more about it. Now we have the third part, which is now ministry, now faith, bridging the gap between faith and media. We came to a relation because being in the media field and also having a media background, personally struggled a bit when I was, juggling between work, church, and so we saw that gap, and we decided, how can we bridge this gap? How can we make those people that are in the church also feel accommodated in terms of media, in terms of film, content creators? We have graphic designers. We have very brilliant minds within the church. And now we are coming in as Shabaha so that you can be able to explain to them and tell them you don't have to struggle being someone in the church. You don't have to struggle getting work. You can be your own boss. You can do things that align with your mission, align with your principles.
Wow.
Yes, and that is why we have the Shabaha Praise and Worship Experience. You can get more details about the experience and about the impact on the course on our website, which is shabahaexperience.com. Yes, yes.
All right. So there's faith. There's the aspect of faith.
Yes.
How do we elevate that?
The aspect of faith is in terms of not only Adventist, because we are from an Adventist setting, but not only Adventist, but those people who are in the church. You can't be in the church and then you get, for example, you are working, let's say, in a media station, and then it demands almost even your worship time. So we are trying to ensure that you're able to learn on how you can be able to, maneuver out through all this, your career, your religion, and how you are trying to, position yourself in the media space.
All right.
Yes.
And because you've mentioned that, I really understand that people want tap every time, and also they want to tap during the church service and check in church, send some gifts as well. Is that also an aspect to consider when we're bridging this gap?
Yeah, this is an aspect that we are also trying to bridge, because we are trying to make people understand that when it comes to faith, when it comes to church, there are boundaries. God expects us to
full commitment
to act in a certain way when you are in the church setting, when you are in the religious setting. There are things that are considered actually disrespectful to God and also to the church, and that's why we are trying to make people understand that there is more to media, there is more to faith, and how we can be able to grow spiritually and generally. And that is why we have the Shabaha Praise and Worship Experience.
All right.
Yes.
Diana, Blair has mentioned quite a lot about the full commitment to the holy sanctuary. And now, because we are in a social engagement, someone will defend themselves and say that unajua pia watu wengine wafuasi wangu, people that are following me on all platforms, will just want to embrace what I'm feeling in my service. So why not? Why don't I go live on social media platforms for them also to quench that taste on the ministry? So at the end of the tunnel, the view, the perception, the desire of that service is not felt, because there's an aspect of consideration in just the online space and not the service space. You are a film producer. What will be your understanding on this?
For example, for those who want to be tapping in services, just as you put it, this is the reason why we are putting this on a day where it's not our day of worship. You understand?
Indeed.
Yeah. So we're putting this on that day, so that anyone who would want to create content, you're free to do that. No one will tell you that it's someone time, so stop doing what you're doing, or it's whatever time. So if you're coming there with the idea of just creating your own content, going live and showing people what you're doing there, that one is okay, because it's not an official day of worship. You understand? Yeah, so that is going to help them.
All right. Yeah. And since, of course, we're speaking about this, we're trying just to shape a conversation due to kuje sasa kwa now the experience and what kind of people you guys are focused on. Earlier this week, of course, we had an engagement that someone, I limited Pastor Ward, is that content? Yeah. And which is coming at a time when we're speaking about faith and media. So in response, Ward said that nyinyi hamnijui mnanichezea, So when it comes to that particular point, do you think the young people do not understand the boundaries of content creation?
Yeah, young people don't really understand the boundaries. And that's the reason why we want to really help people. If you want to deal with people of God, there's a certain boundary that you just have to have. But you see, some people are so open-minded and they feel like they can say anything and everything whenever they want to.
Do you think he was wrong?
I think it's wrong.
As a film producer, do you think he was wrong?
I think it's wrong, because in as much as you want to do your own content, you're not supposed to really touch on some people. That's my idea.
Some people, but Mozilla you can touch on.
Some people of God, men of God, honestly, you're not supposed to really get so much into them, because especially that age, some of them don't really understand why you have to be just someone who just talks. You understand? Yeah, so boundaries have to be there.
At a time when now digital elevation is coming at handy, now let's now embrace Shabaha Experience. For the first time ever now, you guys are going to touch hearts. And touching hearts perhaps maybe in a long time, hawajai on experience kama hii, and you're bringing a niche or a design that it's not just touching you guys, but also elevating the gospel to your heart, to your mind, and of course to bring healing at the end of the tunnel. When we speak about now this Shabaha Experience, you mentioned something about, you know, persons or children or people living with HIV and AIDS. Before of course Diana will help us understand now the women or mothers with postpartum depression, and then we'll be able to give us an insight. Now, because Shabaha Experience is coming out to really have a reflection and a clear reflection, we don't talk about children living with HIV. We only talk about adults living with this kind of condition. So because this event is coming out to speak to these young people, to speak to these people that are particularly affected, what really are we embracing?
So it happens that we saw a gap in the society. We saw a gap in the society, and these are things that we have been doing for quite some time, even before now we came to mainstream it.
All right.
Yeah, we've been supporting children who are living with HIV and AIDS. We've been supporting teenage moms and also mothers battling with postpartum depression. But talking about children living with HIV and AIDS, you know, this is someone who was born with HIV and AIDS. They don't know how they acquired it. They just, throughout their life, they're on medication. This is someone who got HIV and AIDS through a rape case. Just the other day, we saw BBC released a documentary about how this child sex trafficking. And these are the things that usually affect these young ones, and they can be able to get HIV and AIDS. So we are trying to understand their situation. We are trying to help people know that this thing is really actually there, so that they can be able to come and support. That is why we tell people that Shabaha Experience is not only a worship experience. It's just not any other worship experience. It's an experience with a cause, praise that heals.
Indeed.
And that is why we are calling everyone that wants to support these children and teenagers who are living with HIV and AIDS, because it's a struggle to them. You know, wewe umezaliwa and unaishi, wewe kazi yako to, you've been on medication from the first day that you came into this world. So we are calling on different stakeholders to support this mission, because we will be able to bridge that gap in a very big way compared to how we've been doing it initially, and that is why we decided to mainstream this event and also to have a very serious cause under it. Yes, we're calling practitioners and everyone who wants to understand why children living with HIV and AIDS, because it's a struggle. We've seen how they struggle. We've seen how, you know, going to talk to someone and they're just crying all the time, and it's really a struggle, and we are calling that people can be able to support this initiative and noble cause. Yeah.
All right. Did you have the desire or the passion to do this kind of an approach?
Personally, for the start, I didn't, because I'm in media.
Okay.
But when I saw that there are more things that you can do without being, you know, in the media space. Not only being in the limelight, you can also do other things.
Indeed.
So I told myself, and why? Because I actually value CSR. I value CSR, and there's that empathetic side of me.
Indeed.
That
Empathy.
Yeah, that is very empathetic. Because when someone comes and tells me ABCD is happening and I need assistance, I will be like, let me see how I can help. Actually, my friends call me that I'm too generous for life.
Amazing, amazing.
Yes. So. This is something that I decided to pursue. Actually, when we first had a very serious engagement with Diana, and I was like, this is something that we can do. This is something, it's a very worthy, noble cause. And of course, everything that is done out of heart usually, you know, brings more than you actually expect.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And so many people are speaking about the Shabaha Experience, and the motivation is coming out because you guys are going to touch hearts. And you mentioned something about praise that heals. That was powerful. On the other hand, we now are having the mothers with postpartum. What does that mean?
Postpartum depression is a condition that comes when a mother gives birth to a child. So it's something that can happen to a mother who is expectant few months before having the baby or after. And it can go up to even 2 years. Yeah, so many women deal with it, and some of them don't even know they're going through that. It's a mental condition that is so, most people don't really understand it.
You don't know it's there, but it's there.
Yeah, so many people don't know that's what they're dealing with, but it's happening. Yeah, and even people who are around us, they really don't know that a woman can go through postpartum depression. So when they see you struggling with some things, they wonder what's going on with this one, because having a child is normal. Every other person is having a child out there. Why is that your case is being special? So it's a condition that sometimes can really lead to so many things. A woman, this mother can harm themselves or even the child. It's a very serious condition. Vibaya sana. Ama you can just find yourself beating up a small baby who is days old, you know, because you don't really understand what's going on with you. You're overwhelmed, everything is happening, changes of your body, and everyone around you don't really understand what's going on with you, you know. So no, you can't place it. You cannot explain to anyone what's going on with you and they get it. Unless people really get that awareness that postpartum depression exists, then they'll be able to notice that the way this one is behaving, she could be going through this, you know. Yeah, so that's the reason why we thought, why don't we create awareness? Because it's something that happens. There was a time I went through that, and
personally, is it a testimony, personal testimony?
It is.
All right.
And it is. So when it hit me, I told myself, if as old as I am, I wanted a child, and now I have that baby, and I'm going through this, you know, how about someone who didn't even want that child? You know, how about someone who was just raped somewhere? How about a child who is raising a child somewhere, now going through postpartum depression? So when I tried to, sometimes when I tried to put it on social media, it's out there. If you search, you'll get it. So I tried to put it out on social media, and the kind of backlash I got was really overwhelming. People are like, women, you're too much. Now you want people to love you more than your child. You want to do what, you know. So that one also put me down, and I'm like, oh, what do I do after this? But I thank God, some people who were around me, at least they could understand that, hey, she could be going through this. So it helped me. So it's important that we create that awareness so that people know that your wife, your sister, your brother, your mother, or someone close to you could be going through postpartum depression after having a child, but they don't know what that is. So we need professionals. I'm not a professional concerning that, but we really need those who can come out and teach people about postpartum depression and just create awareness, because at least someone who is close to you is going through that, if not you.
Wow. So it means that si lazima ukuje ufanye kitu kubwa, unaweza kuja tu ku advise these parents, these mothers as well, and also the kids.
Yeah.
There are specialists that wanna deal tu na watoto peke yake.
Yes.
So they're also invited in this event.
Everyone is invited. Anyone who can touch a life, like anyone who can. You see, even these children, the teenagers with HIV, even them, they're going through something. And I learned that they're even hating their parents. Yeah, that one touched me, because nini wewe ulikuwa unadu, you know. So we learned that the small group that we have in it's in the village somewhere. We learned that these people, these kids, they're teenagers, you know, they're growing, they're learning so much, and they want to really explore and do so much. But now there's this thing that's putting them down, that, you know what, I'm carrying this, you know. So the hate that comes with it, and the pain and the bitterness, and they really treat their parents so bad sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, so if we can get someone who can just talk to them, and, you know, they are there, but we can also need such people in professional levels, you get? Yeah, who can just talk to them and advise them and show them how to live with this.
Postpartum depression, what is the opposite of that?
The opposite of postpartum depression?
Someone doesn't have postpartum, has what?
You are just a happy person. You're just happy to have your child, and things are moving smoothly. You don't have any pressure. You don't feel like you really got into a very big mess. Your mental health is very good, you know. Yeah.
All right, sasa vile hebu tuambie historia ya teenage mothers and young mothers, that is. When she mentioned something about a mess, do you think historia ya teenage mothers inapeningi kama mistake?
First of all, I would not call a child a mistake. Children are blessings. Yeah, any child is a blessing.
So the pregnancy is a mistake. Pregnancy.
At that particular point, okay. I'd call it if it was not expected and it was done because even the society has expectations, religion has expectations, God has expectations, and even God, I think God knew that these things were bound to happen, and that is why He gave us.
Bound to happen, kibahati mbaya.
I didn't say that God made a mistake, but I'm saying that. God is a God of choices. He gives us choices.
Okay.
And there are teenage mothers who have been raped. There are teenage mothers who indulged in sexual activity when they were very young, and all these things. These are things that are happening in the society, and we usually say that it is not by design that it happened. It is not because it was your will. And we are trying to also assist these young ladies so that they can be able to create a meaning out of their life. When I understand from the discussions I've had with a couple of them, they usually say that after getting that child, everything changes completely. Your dreams, you feel like your dreams have been shattered. You feel like you cannot continue with whatever you wanted to do in terms of professionally. And we are trying to bridge this gap so that you can be able to help them understand that beyond being a teenage mom, you can still pursue your career. You can still do your profession. And that is why we are also introducing this aspect of media, because we have a lot that have been interested in media. Right now, media is taking over the world, and especially social media, content creation. And we are offering training to them.
Amazing.
Telling them that because you can be a very good presenter, why can't you just join us and do ABCD? You can be a very good actor. Come, let us do films. And we are trying to help them so that they can be able to navigate this journey, this specific experience that they have had, so that it cannot drain them and also make them lose focus.
Indeed.
Yeah, so that is why if you know a teenage mom who is really struggling with life, we call them to come to the Shabaha Praise and Worship Experience. And that's why we're also saying that every ticket that is bought, it's a ticket bought to help and to change life. So we have a lot of things that we're planning to do with them, trainings, and we actually realized most of them are depressed. They're very depressed because someone is like, right now I have a child who is 1 year, who is 2 years, and the economy has become very hard for us. When saying that even getting the diapers for the child is very hard. So we are calling in for donors, partners, sponsors to support these young individuals, because it is not by design that it happened. It is because makosa ilifanyika mahali. Yes.
Right.
And one thing that I really want people to understand, it's not like
support girls having children. It's not like we are okay with young girls having children. It's just that we decided to understand those who have children, because their stories are different. There are those who had to go through that because they had to fend for their family. You're a small girl, you're 12 years, right inside the village, you don't have food, you don't have anything, you want to go to school, you don't have just the basic needs, It's not like it gives you room to go, mess up and stuff like that. But you see some of these girls, some of them, if you get their stories, it will touch your heart, because even the way that some of their parents behave with them, you are a girl, why are you sitting here and waiting for me to provide for you? When a parent tells a child something like that, already sends something into their brains to show them that, you know what, you can go out there and look for that money. How do you look for money as a 13-year-old girl? You don't have any business, you understand? So it's not like we support young girls having children, but we decided to be there for those who already have children and support them, because they go through so much rejection and everything. And the reason why we decided to start giving them something like an income, a permanent income that can help them, and those who want to go back to school also, we were trying to come up with an idea of finding a way of taking them back to school, was just so that they don't go back and start now getting into prostitution officially, because now I have to feed my child, you know. We wanted them to get something, to show them that they can do something better with their life apart from just looking for small money from the boda guys and stuff like that. You understand? Yeah.
Na boda impactful sana in those areas.
Because this thing where we started it, there's a university over there, and trust me, young girls are having babies.
So many young girls.
It's not a joke.
This week, of course, we had two stories that are really traumatizing. Kulikuwa na ile story ilikuwa na trend ya there's a gentleman that alikuwa anajifilm anasema, you see that girl over there, akona amekulwa na siafu. You remember that story? Then sasa nikimsaidia, the society is rotten something. No. And the story on BBC, when we look at these things in the society, and Blair, you've mentioned it positively, that we are bridging this gap. Like if I assist someone, it is msini hukumu, I'm just trying to give a hand. And now such Shabaha experience is coming on board to really make sure that we tuondoe tu hii uchafu tuko kwa society. How are we able to shape a clean society, despite the fact there are norms, vitu mbaya zinafanyika, but how are we able to bring an alignment to the heart of the society, that this is what is a positive change towards elevating the society to better levels?
Mindset, but we are looking at mindset shift and also behavioral change. I saw that clip and I was like, this guy was actually right in all manners. He was right because because there's a perception that the society has, and for a man akipatikana maybe anamsaidia, maybe kitu imefanyika, and then you know what will people say? What will people say? And this can even lead up to a very serious case in court. But we know that through the different initiatives that we are planning to do in terms of capacity building, awareness creation, and also just inviting professionals and experts to talk to through our platform, that is now the Shabaha Praise Worship Experience, we'll be able to, you know, at least we'll be able to assist in bridging this gap. And then music is an art that we are also targeting. That is why we have the worship experience part of it, because music is very, music speaks more than even a preacher could do.
Indeed.
Yes, more than even a speaker could do.
Have you prepared some music for the same experience?
Yeah, we have music. Music is coming, very serious music. Yes.
You personally?
No. Yeah, but there are groups that will be performing. Okay. We'll be having a theme song for the same, and a lot of things. So I'm saying that music, we're going to use music also as an avenue to help, you know, just share this information and bridge this gap, and also inform people on these different things that we are planning to roll out. Yeah, so I'm also, this is just a wake-up call to all of us that let us not stigmatize people who wants to make change in the society. For example, in a scenario of that man, he wanted to assist he really wanted to assist that girl, but sasa akasema nikisaidia huyu, maybe he has past experience, or maybe one of his friends kuna kitu ilimfanyikia. And that is why we are calling on all people, in our society communities, let us work together to ensure that, you know, we just put an end to these stigma and also to these profiling individuals.
All right.
Yes.
Sawa. As we get to the betterment of making sure that we have an alignment in the society, na kila mtu anafikiria vizuri, I believe the Shabaha experience will such be a great session and a moment to really embrace this in the best way possible. So we want to take a break, But before we do that, I believe we'll be having, you guys will now enrich this space with the theme song at Shabaha Experience. You know how to sing. Perfect. We'll have that in the next few minutes, right?
Yes,
all right.
yes.
So this is Accountable Mission. Of course, we are hosting Blair and Dan right here to just give us an insight on the Shabaha Experience, a motivation that is such of a kind. It's the first experience, but we are hoping that the betterment will be enriched in the best way possible. So don't go too far. You're watching The Morning Drift.
Save a Life is a non-profit organization that has taken the front line in transforming lives in the entire country. So far, we have transformed life of over 100,000 people through our programs, which include medical support, youth empowerment, street family program, feeding program, and climate change. Join us today as we transform lives. As we always say, service to humanity is service to God. Save a life, transforming lives.
People are there to belittle you. When people are questioning you,
if you don't move fast, of course, yes, you lose it, but then it's not us to push you.
But you do not know the God who has been molding me. What has he been doing to me?
The deep and mature conversations of empowerment for you with a curious mind and an appetite for oriented conversations.
I concur with what you're saying. You plan your finances, you can easily live without a debt.
An engaging safe space of free expression and truthfulness with an upheld vibrance, motivation and happiness.
So many children who are there, they are not living their dreams.
Join us for deep conversations with Zipporah Gashushe every Saturday from 8 p.m. The Deeper Conversations on Look Up TV.
Taarifa zinapochipuka na kutufikia papa hapa kwenye makao makuu ya chumba cha habari cha runinga ya Look Up, kwenye taifa, kwenye serikali, kwenye bunge, tunajitosa hadi kwenye sauti ya wenyeji ili kupata tu maoni ya wenyeji kuhusu masuala haya yanayochipuka.
Maana hii kitu inaenda kuumiza Mkenya kwa tax.
Hakuna kitu tunafurahia. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sisi tunaumia, si ati tunaumia ile ya kiukweli. Juu maisha ni ngumu.
Na bila shaka tunapata maoni yao ili sauti yao ipate kusikika. Na watasema hili, waseme lile, watasema hiki na waseme kile, almuradi sauti yao ipate taa.
Mambo ya mafuta tena imekuwa ni changamoto zaidi kwa kila mtu wa bodaboda.
Uchumi ikikuwa stable, tunaamini mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Kwanza liko na ria wa boda, mama mboga nini. Hao sasa ndio wamefinywa zaidi manzi.
Mtazamaji, hii ni bunge la wenyeji.
Start your day with a workout routine, an exciting moment of exercise that is simple but powerful for your ultimate fitness. Build your strength, shape and body muscles with lunges, push-ups, squats, burpees, planks, dumbbells and more. Let's work out every Monday to Saturday from 6:30 a.m. on Fitness Zone, a one surefire way to attack your fitness regimen effectively.
Taarifa zinapochipuka na kutufikia papa hapa kwenye makao makuu ya chumba cha habari cha runinga ya Look Up, kwenye taifa, kwenye serikali, kwenye bunge, tunajitosa hadi kwenye sauti ya wenyeji ili kupata tu maoni ya wenyeji kuhusu masuala haya yanayochipuka.
Maana hii kitu inaenda kuumiza Mkenya kwa tax.
hakuna kitu tunafurahia. Nothing, nothing, absolutely nothing.
Sisi tunaumia, si ati tunaumia ile ya kiukweli. Juu maisha ni ngumu.
Na bila shaka tunapata maoni yao ili sauti yao ipate kusikika. Na watasema hili, waseme lile, watasema hiki na waseme kile, almuradi sauti yao ipate taa.
Mambo ya mafuta tena imekuwa ni changamoto zaidi kwa kila mtu wa bodaboda.
Uchumi ikikuwa stable, tunaamini mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Kwanza liko na ria wase wa boda, mama mboga nini. Hao sasa ndio wamefinywa zaidi mazuri.
Mpenzi mtazamaji, hii ni bunge la wenyeji. All right, welcome back. Thank you so much. You are watching the Morning Drift right here on the headquarters Look Up Television. And of course, we are just embracing accountable mission. And of course, the betterment of this all is the Shabaha Praise Worship Experience, which is made known by Blair right here and Diana. So even as we embrace to the betterment, there's a point of concern here. Ebudu kusome kidogo. It says that this experience is about breaking barriers, pushing creative limits, and providing that faith-inspired content doesn't have to be boring. It can be bold, captivating, and culture-shaping. We've had so much in the limelight. With this statement, help us now make an emphasis towards this. There's someone that is out there, you know, really struggling to understand where atajiweka. Just come in, as asked Diana earlier, come in just as a guest. Do I come in to get enriched? So please make an emphasis to that.
Yeah, content.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a very powerful statement. Content has an appeal to go beyond borders.
All right. Just a little bit. With the aspect on all these, of course, there's also the point of understanding that, of course, Look Up Television is also part of the of these such initiatives. But allow me now to just push it to Diana a little bit. When we were embracing the context on mothers, there's the issue on fathers. What will be your take on that? As I'll ask you the question and the emphasis later on a little bit. Then Diana, give me an emphasis now on the fathers. Mm-hmm.
All right. You see, when we create awareness about postpartum depression in women, in mothers, it will also help fathers because they will also be able to understand what happens. Because there's so many marriages actually break during this moment. Should I continue?
Such happens in these moments, right? And that line came at a very powerful time. And I believe, of course, even as we embrace this, it is in the betterment of all this. Sarah, Cheza kama wewe, of course, even as we embrace this conversation, remember, our WhatsApp number is 0745762640, and let's have the engagement. I think someone needs prayers, right? We'll do that in the better way possible and to have this engagement to its fulfillment. Some people are saying, of course, that was nice, and of course a big shout out to Edwina for making this happen and to have this conversation. But back to you, Blair. Are you going? Okay.
Not done.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Now, I was saying, when we create that awareness, it's going to help both parties. Even the fathers sometimes go through so much when the child comes, and this causes so much tension in a marriage, and so many marriages break at this point. Yeah, so when we create that awareness, it's not only for the women, but the men will understand that at this point, I need to treat this woman in a different way, or I need to look for professional help so that everything gets better. So it's not only for women, but also men will be able to understand what's going on. Yeah.
All right. Sawa. So lazima collaborate pia.
Exactly.
See issue to za mothers only, fathers are also involved.
Fathers are involved, and there's something we're coming up with next year.
Amazing.
That is only touching on fathers. Yeah.
Okay. You know, I'm a father, so I can't wait to get to that event. I'm hoping for the best. Learn out the emphasis on this, breaking barriers so much in the limelight. What will be your emphasis on the same if someone now is coming in?
Yeah, I'd say earlier that content, someone said that content is king, and actually I usually agree with that statement, because content is able to, you know, cross borders. You can do a video here, but someone who is in the United States of America can be able to see it. Someone can be in the US and they do a content and you'll be able to look at it. So you're trying to, you know, create a community of creatives, a community of content creators, a community of people in the media and the film space, so that they can feel safe. You know, Shabaha is trying to ensure that you feel safe from the point of professionally where you are working, in church, and also generally in where you live. And we want to do, someone say that how can faith-inspired content be fun? Let me actually tell you that faith-inspired content is more fun, because this is something that resonates with you directly. I've seen a couple of videos that have been done online by different content creators, faith content creators. We have, especially I'd say in the Adventist space, we have a couple of them that are known. We have like the Mangis, we have PK the brand, we have Julie, we have, and these people are the people that talk about these issues, and also they do a lot of fun and engaging content. And we say that music is a tool that we're going to use, and everyone listens to music. People love music. We all do love music. And also there's a quote that says, without music, the world would be a mistake.
Indeed.
Yes, so we are trying to ensure that the faith-inspired content is actually fun, engaging, and also, you know, accommodating everyone. Yes. And talking about that content that you had talked about, that was done by imitating Dr. Uwur, I'd say I watched the video and I was like, okay, this is
not faith-inspired.
This is not faith-inspired. Because you remember, we have accounts in the Bible. Was it Elisha or Elijah that they tried to mock him, and then they were met with the wrath of God. I'd say.
But the issue came, you know, and he said that the world is ending on the 2nd of August.
He's a very controversial. He's a very controversial man, and also I'd say I've seen what he does. But I'll also say that this is someone he's an old person. You know, there's that aspect of respect. There's also that aspect of he's also, in terms of professionally, this man is very learned.
Indeed.
He's very learned. So sometimes, and actually I think he also, I'm not defending him in any way, but I'm saying the church also made a statement saying that all those things were baseless claims, that the world is ending on 2nd of August. Nasikia people are making fun of it. Wengine wanasema, oh, mara sijui tarumbeta iliibiwa, mara sijui. You know, people are making fun of it ati ni kama sisi tulibaki. And I was like, the Bible makes it clear and explain it when the world will be coming to an end and the things that will be happening, and we can clearly say that prophecies are being fulfilled, and this is one of them. You know, people will come in the name of, oh, the world is coming to an end, false prophets and all those other things. I have not mentioned a name, but I'm saying that these are things that have been mentioned in the Bible. If you read the Bible, you'll be able to understand all these things. So let us be aware. Let us be aware. And that is why we have the Shabaha experience, trying to explain to people that you need to be aware. You need to understand what is happening, so that you can be able to create content that is meaningful, content that is engaging, and content that is inspiring generations, not only a specific type of generations. If you're a Gen Z, don't only do content for Gen Z's, content that, you know, spans across all the generations. And that is why we have the Shabaha Praise and Worship Experience. Amazing. And it is going to really bridge this gap. Yes.
Wow, a big gap indeed. A big gap indeed. We also have the reflection on the online doesn't forget, and the entire time we'll be looking at the videos you did when you were a Gen Z.
Yes.
We just, I love saying you were a preacher. We just hold our heads and say, "Kai, what is happening?" So
something on that note.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I've been a film producer for some time, and I've been an actress by the way for some time also.
Wow, impressive.
some of the reasons why we came up with this idea of this content creation and filming and doing faith-based movies is because I understand so many people who know God and they just want to reflect God.
Indeed.
They have really hard time trying to explain to someone that there are sins I cannot just do. You understand? There are roles I cannot just take as an actress or an actor. So when you go out there and then they look at you and they be like, you are doing this role, and you're like, if it has this and this, I'm not doing that. You will be judged, you'll be, you know, your name will go around that so-and-so is not fit for this, you understand? So we wanted to create a very safe space where you can come and say, this is, you don't even have to come and say, because we will be doing roles that are making sense for you, that are in line with your faith. Yeah.
Hakuna story ya pesa hapo Blair. Bora pesa inakuja wewe bwana, leta roll.
And a personal account, I've personally turned down a couple of jobs and a couple of offers that didn't sit well with my principles. Someone is telling you, want you to, you know, take a certain role, but this is what is demanded of you. We are giving you a job, and but we expect you to, you know, work from Monday to Monday, and if it's on weekends, you only work half day, and we are like, I'm like, hey, will I really cope up with this? Because, you know, being raised in a background that in an Adventist setting with a religious mother, typical religious African mom.
Indeed.
So there are things that you later come to realize that she was actually helping me, because if I do them, actually personally I don't know how I'll feel, because I'll feel like I've really gone beyond what is expected of me. And someone said that when you do things right, when you take care of God's business, God will take care of your business. And life is very spiritual. And I also learned this from my mentor. There's a day he said that he actually left his job. He left a well-paying job. He was working with the government. He left. He was working. He had a lot of gigs, very paid gigs, up to millions of money, and he left all of them.
Wow.
Because I'm not saying that people should leave money. You know, someone will go and quote me, I'll say, Bilal, someone to watch a pesa. But it comes to understanding yourself. You see, if you do things that align well with your mission or with your vision and your principles, there's always a reward. You know, you leave something and then you get something better. You know, and that is actually what has happened with me.
Indeed.
Anytime I have turned down an offer that never sat well with my principles, I always get a better option. And I'd say this is why I say life is very spiritual. Sometimes people forget this. They just do because they are saying, like, I'm so broke right now, I don't have money, let me just take it, let me just do it. That is why they don't understand. And that's why we are going to bridge this gap and help people understand that there are certain things that people can't do. There are certain roles that people can't take, especially if you are now in the film space. Unaambiwa do a certain role and you're like, you don't sit well with it, and people are like, huyu jamaa sasa anataka kutuwestia time mama. He is too holy or she's too holy. But people don't really understand why you are doing it, unaona? And that is why we want to assist these people, because we have experiences. And we are trying also to ensure that those who are coming even after us and those who are doing it right now, they can be able to feel safe when they're doing these kind of things.
Right.
Yes.
It's really inspiring. But also there's the aspect on Mimi, vile tu umesema that I've really struggled to balance church and my other endeavors. And an opportunity is coming. It's coming either on that Sabbath or on a Sunday. And you want now to siwezi wacha. And of course, there's the aspect here, God will understand that this is an opportunity that I've been waiting for a longer time. You're a film producer and coming in to shape a particular culture. That a job may come, twende tupige, sindio? So it means that next time, God nitakuserve, nitakuja kwa church. Alafu tunaona there's a celebration in the camps that are coming in. Because this one is giving me a good price. Ile geti ya church yetu, iko na shida. So I'll give a price to that. See, still God nimekuserve. So how will you help us understand this perspective? Because we're now in the film space and in the media space, and there are so many content creators out there, producers as Blair as well, to really make sure that these principles will really stand. Hata ikiwe pesa ngapi, I'll have just to maintain.
Well, better now will be your personal choice.
Okay.
Just like Blair said a while ago, God give people choices.
All right.
And you will decide to choose what you want. Yeah, because if there's an opportunity for you to choose money over God, over your principles, you sell your principles because of money, now that's your choice again. So as we want to come in, as we want to give you an opportunity to be able to say, if I'm someone who want to serve God and I want to do things that are in line with my faith, there's an opportunity over here. And if I want more and I want to just ignore that, you know, so many people are saying there's no opportunity, there's no opportunity. You're right, you understand? So if you've been saying there's no opportunity and then that opportunity comes and then you still ignore because you want to run for what I mean, the other ones that you've always been getting, then again, that's your choice.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, you cannot force someone to choose something. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe if I can give a personal experience, there's a time I received an offer, a job. It was a 5 years contract.
Wow.
The money was... Sasa bado ningekuwa naipiga. I took the offer. I took the job. It was very good money, you know, doing certain projects, very few projects, and at the end of the month you are plugging in very good money. So there's the first project that we did. I told them, actually the first project I was like, I don't work on weekends. Monday to Friday is my working time. And then I agreed. They agreed, we did, and they are like, what if we have a very critical job? I was like, we'll discuss that when that time comes. So I didn't know that it will come so soon. So the next job came the second week. It was very intensive. And I remember the worst thing that I did was that I left church to go and do that job. And trust you me, I did a very pathetic job. I did a very pathetic job, and I did a pathetic job, and we had a lot of back and forth, and the contract, we called off the contract, just like that. And I was like, if I had stood with what I had said earlier, I would have told these people that this is very, but you could have just told the client to push mbele. So me, I just left. Actually, I think I left church early so that I can go and finish on this job. And these are accounts that I usually look back and say that these are things that these are mistakes that I'll never want to do again, just to compromise my principles or to compromise something so that I can get, I can make money, you know, you see. Because what I said earlier, life is very spiritual. If something was meant to happen, if you were meant to, you know, bag in some type of gig, and you think at that point now you've refused job A, B, C, D because of they do not sit well with you, you think you'll not get that job or you'll not get that money. Definitely, life usually, you know, it finds a way of bringing you back where you're supposed to be.
The same thing happened to me when I was working with Vashita.
Sometimes back. I kept saying, I was in almost 3 different productions at that time. So the pressure of going to church, and the day I'm supposed to go to church, you can't even negotiate with anyone, you know. So at some point, and then this issue of people don't get jobs, these roles because they merit for it, but they get because so-and-so knows you, so-and-so, you know, maybe so-and-so is having an affair with you and stuff like that. So at some point I sat down and said, I'm starting my own production. From nowhere, I was just like, I have no money, but I want to start my own production so that I help people who think like me.
Indeed, with particular principles.
Yes, people who think that I can get this job because I deserve it.
Indeed.
Not I can get this job because so-and-so is going to, I'm going to pay for it in kind or something like that. You understand? So at some point I was like, I'm starting my own production, and then I actually never renewed my contract with Vashita. I started something on my own. But as soon as it was not going well, I took another contract somewhere, you know, and it compelled me to again keep going to work every other Sabbath day and everything. And before I knew it, the contract did not go so well, and I lost over 300,000 there. And since then, I've never taken another contract again.
Wow.
So I've been just doing my own productions, and God has been faithful. I can't say. Sometimes it's good to listen to God.
But I'm still away.
So if we start if doing something, not only going to be for seventh days, because I know people who are non-Adventists who, like for example, we are working with the Guardian Angel in this Shabaha Praise and Worship. When I approached him for the first time, when I was still, when it was a film time, when I approached him, he was like, "Oh, you want me to take a role in your production?" And he was like, "Okay, but make sure you give me these kind of roles." You know, that made me happy, and I was like, someone is not shying off from telling you that I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I cannot do that. And you're not supposed to judge that kind of a person, you understand? You know, so that one really motivated me, and I'm like, it's not only going to help the seventh days who want to go to church and stuff like that on Saturdays, but also these non-Adventists who really believe in their faith, and they believe there are things you cannot, there are boundaries you cannot cross in the name of looking for money.
But Sunday sounds pity due to the first service. Like you have the entire day.
Stuff like that, yeah, that's what I mean.
All right, now talk to us about Blair. Of course, there is your ticket doesn't just give you access to an experience; it fuels hope, healing, and impact.
Yes. People are asking us, why are you guys pricing your tickets so high? I was like, this is actually the least we. Yes, we're offering a very well-prepared buffet for all the participants that will have bought tickets by then.
Indeed.
And then also we have that is 1,000 for this is early bird access.
Okay.
I also have 1,500 for general admission. This will be those people will be coming, and you'll get a food and drinks, and we have VIP, which goes for 3,000 Kenyan shillings. You'll get a merchandise that talks about Shabaha.
Indeed.
And also, these people will also get a highlight on our website. The attendees and all. We also have a VIP that goes for 6,000. And 6,000 it means that you need to get a very package that has merchandise in it. But now, get a meet and greet with the dignitaries that will be coming for the event. Yes. So these tickets are meant to well our pockets.
Okay.
Well our pockets. Because actually majority of these things are done.
Okay.
And we are doing these tickets are going to these mothers. They're going to assist children living with HIV and AIDS. They're going to mothers who are battling with postpartum depression. Yes, and that is why we are asking everyone. Yes, and everyone. And we are officially inviting everyone in the Look Up TV.
Amazing. Right, so quite a lot about the tickets. As we come to a close, there is Advent Connect, and of course Mana Music Ministers, and powered by ANK. Even as you give us your insight on this ticketing, how are we able to also get how to get the tickets, and what is there in stock?
Let Blair explain that.
All right. So Blair, unfortunately, I'll have to read them. I just have to read them for the betterment. Of course, you are in the film industry, you understand what I'm saying, and because we are need to hide things, right? Much Diana, for coming. We're hoping for the betterment in this Shabaha experience. How marvelous it will be to impact these lives, from the younger people to the older people. It will be massive, and I'm really hoping for the best. We good? All right. So shout out, of course, that you can manage, right?
I give shout outs to Dwayne for bringing us here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa sawa. Thank you so much. All right. See, sawa sawa. So in the meantime, now unleashing purpose, igniting creativity and worshipping in truth. Early bird 1,000, 1,500 regular, 3,000 VIP, 6,000 VVIP, and 650 for kids. See you there at Shabaha Experience, Praise and Worship Experience. When we had time, I think leo angetuimbia lakini tuko sawa, mbele iko sawa. Shabaha Experience coming on your way, and that is where we come to a close to the morning drift, the social and health hour, accountable mission. Let it be accountable and let it be known. See you tomorrow as we embrace Entertainment Friday, courtesy of Artistic Friday, that we marvel to the betterment of all this engagement. This is Look Up Television. Also, our WhatsApp number is 0745762640, and of course we'll get tagged along the channels are social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and of course our website www.lookuptv.com.